Good evening, and welcome to RockYouth RockTruth. I am one of your hosts, Tamoy, and we thank you for joining us as we rock truth or absolutely nothing at all. We live in a society today where truth, even before our very eyes, is consistently questioned, criticized, and altered to fit a person's ideology of God's original intent for the kingdom and for mankind. We believe that the Bible, our kingdom constitution, is inspired, infallible, inerrant, and the final authority for all. Rock's truth is founded on He, who is the original point of reference for all things to come through eternity. Rock's truth is a cross-cultural response to the economic climate and social crisis of today. Rock truth is designed to serve the physical need of fallen man while serving the spiritual need he didn't know he had that impacts, affects, and infects generationally. Rock truth seeks to inspire, enlighten, and highlight upcoming and established local kings and queens of character while promoting Black consciousness and awareness of who we are and to whom we belong.
Well, hello.
Hi, ladies!
Hello. Hi,
How
sweetheart. How are you, boo?
are you? Good,
Hey,
how are you guys? On this
Happy
Monday, on this
it's a good
Monday,
day. It's a good day.
here we are, 5 weeks into the year.
Uh-huh.
Five,
Mm-hmm.
6, 5. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
So we got like 47 more to go.
Yeah, about
Ooh.
that's like a lot though, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even want to think that far ahead.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah.
I don't even want to think that far ahead.
Right.
Listen,
But
and how fast it's gonna go fast, y'all.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And our show
Follow
so
through.
far has been nothing but fire. So,
Yes.
man, like I'm looking forward to what's going to happen in the coming weeks.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
The
I'm so
coming-
serious. I'm so serious.
Yes.
Now, Toya,
Speaking of upcoming weeks,
I'm loving this background right now. Like, is this a glittery, shimmery furry wall? Is this the furry wall from?
no, this is like wood, I think. Like
Oh,
cabin like,
okay.
something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you giving up some mad like vibes, yeah, off in the wolf cabin type.
Hmm.
I love it though. It looks pretty
Thanks.
relaxing.
Yeah, peace and serenity.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
she said, "Peace and serenity."
Peace and serenity. That's what it looked like, right?
That's what
Like,
it
I
looks like. I'm like,
got
right there on the furry wall. Like, what? How can I touch the furry wall?
Speaking of upcoming weeks, so Valentine's Day is coming up this
She's so
Sunday.
excited about it. She's so excited
So
about it.
so I know
Let's
Miss
talk
Holly doesn't, have a Valentine, but my Valentine's is my sister's this year. What about you,
Go
Miss
ahead, talk about it.
Star? Hold on, I want Miss Shanna to start here.
What about me? No, children, no. I'm not a Valentine's Day person anyway, but it's all about my babies. So
Yeah,
that's where
yeah.
I'm
Me
at
and
with.
my mom we used to be each other's and stuff. So
Hmm.
maybe I'll do it. She'll be mine next year. But me and my sisters, we
Uh-huh.
are each other's Valentine's this year. And we're just gonna have a nice little classy, fine dining and breathing little dinner on Sunday evening.
Boom. Boom. Right there. It's right there.
Right there.
That's what I've been waiting on. What is a fine dining breathing? I get the
Fine
I get
dining,
and
fine
breathe.
dining and breathing.
Yes.
So remember on SpongeBob when Squidward was trying to impress William at the Krusty Krab, and he was trying to change SpongeBob's persona and just how he acts, and he had to just throw everything out, and all he had to remember was fine dining and breathing. So
Right.
the whole night he was just Superman and just breathing in fine dining,
You
fine
know what?
dining.
I'm gonna have to go find that episode.
You all over it. This is you all
I'm
over
gonna
it.
have to go find that episode. Okay?
I'm telling you,
Yes.
yes.
Look, I'm gonna make a note in my phone. Fine dining and breathing.
He seated a whole group of like 16 at once at like eight different tables at eight different tables.
I love that. I love that.
Okay.
Fine dining and breathing. Now that's
Um,
something. That is something to really consider. Like,
yeah. That's pretty dope.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's an
what we're gonna do.
environment. It has to change your whole environment because you're now
Absolutely.
becoming, fine dining and
And breathing.
breathing.
And don't forget the and breathing.
And
No.
breathing. That had me.
And breathing.
You had to stop right there because I gotta know exactly what is that. But I like it. I like
Yeah,
it.
that,
You
that
hear me?
sounds
Like, oh, this
fire.
way, Bob. I'm like, wait, what?
Right. Listen, SpongeBob be low key on point. You
No,
got.
They
too low.
do.
Yep.
They be hitting key points.
Too low key
Yeah.
on point. Too low key on
Mhm.
point.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Robin Patrick and oh god,
Bro.
No,
just
but
too.
that's pretty dope to see. You and your sisters, or hear about you and your sisters.
Yeah,
Spending girl time, girl
definitely.
power together. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because a lot of times this Valentine's Day is all a hoax anyway. But we tend to get all caught up in it being
Yeah,
like a romantic thing, or as women, if you're in a relationship, it's all about you, blah blah blah. But it's good to see that y'all have to celebrate yourselves,
Yeah.
celebrate each other. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So get back here. Don't even try it, sis. I
Huh?
got my Don't even try it. Get
Not
back
leaving.
here.
I'm not going nowhere. All I did
Got
was
my
try.
eye on you. I see you.
I'm not
Yeah.
so I have not done anything. I'm gonna be right here, sis. I ain't did it. I ain't tried it this time. I'm for real. But no, I definitely agree. I think that is dope because it is important for sisters to be friends. Like there
Yeah.
is like really truly understand that you can have sisters in your life and you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? And you believe because you a sister by blood in my life that gives you the relationship or the right to say something or pretend as if you know stuff about me or my business like you don't know
Exactly.
me, like
Exactly.
who you grew up with in the crib, like I didn't know her. So that's how I know you don't know her. So
Mhm.
it's imperative that you guys are friends, not just sisters by blood, because some of you, it's not blood, it's
Exactly.
environment, but it's important to be friends, and that's where y'all become friends, yo. Like I'm so serious, be friends and correct each other always. I know this what y'all do anyway, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
but do it in love, correct each
Yeah.
other in love,
In
and that's how
love.
y'all keep each other. That's how you keep each other. You don't, keep by covering or you keep by correcting,
Yeah.
So yes, that is imperative. Become friends always.
Did you
Yeah.
change it now?
I did get
Samoya?
them done. I
You
did get
didn't
them
get
done
it done again?
today. I did.
Oh,
But because they a little messy right now because I go back on Wednesday. So when we come back Monday after my fine dining and breathing
Oh
dinner,
gosh.
and I'm gonna tell you guys all about it, and you're gonna see my new set.
Take some type of video or something and send
No,
it to us so we
it's
can
gonna
play
be
it.
really nice, and we're gonna look really nice. I wanted to get us like some berets, but
Right.
they're just still so indecisive on what they're wearing. So I don't know. It's gonna be something last minute, but I'm gonna get us some like
It's
little
okay.
straps. That's
It's
something.
okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it is.
Miss Evelyn says she loves your nails and headband. She was saying yes, correction is love. Absolutely, sis.
Thanks, Miss Evelyn.
You guys be bonding together as sisters. No, for real, for real, for real. Like that's important. It's so
It's very important.
take the time. Like, and then so many people are they like what Shannon was saying, they become depressed around these times for what? Because again, taught this supposed to be, a day of love. No, every day
Every
is
day is a day of
Yeah.
love.
like get out of there.
Exactly.
Yeah, people
Mhm.
like will straight kill themselves or become for real depressed and like no, guys, no.
You, you know,
We
it's
celebrate.
it's not even a it's not even the fact that you choose one day out of the year to really, show that appreciation, to express it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But the
Right.
problem is what Valentine's Day actually stands for.
Right.
Exactly.
What it actually
That's it.
stands for, and people are celebrating it and don't even know it had to do with a whole massacre. And
Exactly.
Man,
so, I mean, I get people do take things and change the narrative of it, but um the
and
problem
then
with that is you kind of drowned out the truth after over time. The truth kind of gets drowned it out, and it gets lost, and you're celebrating something and you don't even realize what it really is. So,
oh
you
yeah,
know.
it's deeper than just a massacre. These are Nephilims. These are angels. These are fallen angels. This
Hmm.
is not anything. First of all, we shouldn't even be participating in it to begin
Right.
with. So
Mm-hmm.
this is another holy holiday and tradition. And so, it takes away from, again, you supposed to be loving every day. And then it got
Yeah.
you thinking it's about commercialism and things. It ain't
Yeah.
about none of that. Just
And
if you
it-
ain't giving on that day, you already lost. If you ain't giving every day, you lost. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? If you ain't giving to people every single day of yourself, your resources, everything you got every day, you should be empty. You should be empty every day before you go to bed. If you still full, you still stuck on you. You know
Exactly.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Wow.
Promise you
Wow.
so, yeah, like it's deeper, but I mean, still to take it and take it back. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to take these
Mhm.
traditions back, and if it's gonna be a holiday, if it's gonna be a holy day, then do it the right way, and that would be a great way to do it with friends, with your sisters, developing relationships for his lifestyle, for life, for love. That's the way
Mhm.
to do it. You're gonna do it. Yeah, I love that. Well,
Absolutely.
let's get into our personas of faith episode. We are on episode 2. I am so excited about this. Like I love. So to me, you had the opportunity. You said you have listened to all of them. First,
Wait,
what are your
hold
first
on.
impressions?
You said we're on
Now what?
episode 2?
We only on episode 2. I know you listened to
Oh.
all of them. You're overachiever though. You're an overachiever though. So I just took that as your overachieving it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I was like, oh, well, I ain't even get that far, but that's tomorrow because she overachieved. So it's not like let's
I'm
do it my way.
sorry. I thought.
It's okay, but
Oh.
what's your first impression of them? Like honestly, what's your first impressions of Persona?
Okay, so I listened to the first one and I was just like, I'm like, okay, this is where she's starting. Like, okay, and I was just like, really, all of it. It was just very dramatic, like she said it was gonna be. But it was like, I'm glad that she gave it to us in this time and in this society like that,
Yeah,
because the Bible can be hard to decipher
huge sis.
amongst some of us. So, like, it's fun. It's dramatic. It gets you like, dang, like Sarah, she's Sarah
Dang.
right now. She's Sarah. And Abram, it's like wow. Like when she said that the Bible is very juicy, like it's very juicy if you can understand it. So, and she
Yes,
gives us that. She gives
yes.
us, and
I love that. Yeah, she makes it more plain and
I
more
like it.
relatable, you know. And
Mhm.
that's the issue, communication, right? Like you can't understand something, so you'll either be turned off or you ain't trying to hear it because I don't. It's like somebody speaking Spanish to you, like, oh, okay. I just want to,
Right.
I
Right.
don't
Right.
know how to say burrito, el burrito, and it's like, yeah,
Exactly.
I'm with it. I'm so serious, like, okay. Girl, yes. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and listen to our episode 2, The Surrogate in Personas of Face by Miss Michelle, Virginia. Love it. Shout out to you, sis. I hope that audition is going well. We are praying with you, sis. There we go.
Welcome to Personas of Faith. Join me, your host, Michelle Unveiled, Episode 2, The Surrogate. I must admit, This this was not easy to watch. Another woman carrying my baby? I just wished I had never mind. I just have to wait this out. It'll all be worth it in the end. I am literally counting down the days until she delivers our baby. I've always fantasized about how I would look with a baby bump. Gosh, the thought of a living human being growing inside of me, it's just such an exhilarating feeling. I tell you what, I don't wish this on any woman. But I trust God. I know that He has the perfect plan, but I'm just so trapped inside my thoughts. I'm too ashamed to talk to Abram. I don't want him to worry about me or feel like he made a mistake. I mean, he did do this for us. God, I have to give this back to you. Father God, please give me the strength. This was harder than I thought. Make this make sense. Please remove the fear, the doubt, the insecurities, and any resentment. Help me to still honor Abram. Some days, I just don't look at him the same. I know, I did this. Instead of waiting on you, I pushed him into her arms. And now, God, I'm an emotional wreck. Help me to manage my emotions, God, because I'm all over the place. God, I just pray that this doesn't put a strain on our marriage and we can just get past this. Father God, please give us the wisdom to take care of this child. Order all of our steps. I trust that something good will come out of this. 3 more months. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to
All right. All right.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Episode 2. Girl.
Very emotional.
Girl. So much to unpack. All right. Miss Shannon. Your thoughts. Your thoughts. So much to unpack.
I wanted to ask, yeah, I wanted to ask Miss Tamoya, how do you think that scenario will affect the child? Like, could you see yourself in that child's position? And
Being
could you, yeah,
Ishmael?
yes, could you see yourself in that situation? And if so, what is your mindset, or what do you think your mindset would be?
I
Mm.
mean, like, if I'm really like taking it in this society, like right now,
Yeah.
like I don't know. Because it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, like Abram is my father, but it's like his wife and him like took advantage of my mother, and like
Mm.
now
Mm.
everything's just messy when. But then again, it's like if I wasn't supposed to be here, then I wouldn't be here. Like,
That's another part,
so
right?
it's like I don't know. It's really all about Sarah right now.
Yeah.
It's just a lot going on in her mind, and she's just really emotional, like because she knows she messed up. Like,
Yeah.
no, this are the consequences of being disobedient.
And then,
Yeah.
like Miss Shannon is asking you, watch how this just trickled down. So, how she's an emotional wreck. This
Mhm.
now puts Ishmael in a position of being emotionally wrecked when his mind frame is kind of like, okay, wait, so this is my dad, but this isn't your husband. Okay,
Right.
like, okay, so wait, we live here and then now we about to be kicked out.
Right.
Okay, wait, like, so it's kind of like the same decisions that you make and the same consequences that come upon you, they end up going down into the lives of others, affecting other people in a way you don't know, can't control no more. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I mean,
The
we talking about
poison the roots, and
damage.
like the branches are just like
Yes.
the branches are just thin, and then they're producing all these wilted leaves, and it's like
Woo!
it's just bad. It's bad, ugh. And
Yeah.
then like you were saying, it was seeming like Sarai was trying to like put judgment or blame judgment like
Yeah.
Abram,
Yeah.
like now it's all up to you. Like now this your decision. Now you can be the man. Like now you can be the man.
Now you can be the
Tell
man.
you. Now I
Now you could
And
be the
that's
man.
because
Hmm.
now we in a pretzel. We in a
come on.
pretzel
We in a
and
pretzel, not a pickle,
Right.
a pretzel.
we in a pretzel and
Hmm.
I don't know how to untangle us. So
Come on,
and
sis.
because she know like he was already in that position. He already had the faith. He was already talking to God. He was already praying. Like she just impatient, impatient. Oh, and we got it. Like, your
No,
husband really had that connection with the one that was already needed. But I mean, those was her consequences. But I mean, it sucks that Ishmael and
Isaac
Hagar,
and
Hagar.
Hagar, but you know what I'm saying? Eventually have to all play into this, right? Like,
It's just all crazy
yeah,
because it's all crazy. And then
Yeah.
Isaac is something else. That's another. That's
that's
when
a
they,
whole nother. Do you understand? Like we don't really think as parents, and I believe that we're taught to think as parents, to think generationally and understand that your children are watching. And
yeah,
Absolutely.
what you do, man, like that's going to impact and impact. And like people say, you spend so much time as an adult getting over your childhood. We got to stop that. We
yeah,
have to stop that with our decisions as adults, putting away these childish ideologies and
yeah,
understanding that there's purpose. And like you said, on the flip side of that, if I'm not supposed to be here, well, I'm here. I'm here
exactly.
with our purpose, right?
Because if that was the case, Isaac would have came when he was supposed to come,
Yeah,
and there would been no need for Ishmael. But
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And we not gonna act like that. That's not what's happening today. Like
That
are
sis.
fornicating and going today, and couples are actually married for 17 plus years and deciding to do open marriages and date other people and share bodies with other people. Like, no, this is not what's supposed to be happening.
Yes.
Storing the soil.
Come on. No, it's the truth. It is the truth. You're absolutely correct.
Souring the
I thought
soil.
it was me though. Do me a favor, Tamoya, is just come in and come back out. Just trying to check to see the echo. But
Leave.
yeah, come in and come right back out. I mean, yeah, go out, come back in. Okay, so is it me with the echo? Yeah,
No, it's gone now.
it's
I
gone.
don't. I don't hear echo on your side anymore. No.
Okay, okay, okay. I was just double checking. I thought I heard it so much more when she was here. Let me just make sure. But yes, I mean everything she picking up, I just love her picking it up as
Yes.
a
Yes.
child. That's important to pick up. You got to be able to
Mhm.
boom, boom. That's that. That's that. Call a horse, a spade, and all of
Right.
that. You know,
And
somebody.
and these are the types of conversations and situations that we should be exposing our children to, because if you expose them to these things early, to these things happening,
Yeah.
if you expose it to them early, then they'll be able to see it or foresee it, in their future, and they'll be able to say, hold up, this is familiar to me. I heard about this before. I saw this thing before, so I don't want to go down that path. But as parents, if we don't expose the youth, our children, to the right things and give them the right information that goes along with it, the right teachings and training them up, then what happens is, they're kind of, you're lost, and you can't just give them a piece of information and say, okay, here's this, take it and go. You have to explain to the youth what is going on. So again, Selena, as I was saying, these are the types of things that we need to expose our youth to, have the conversation with them so that when they, come into their womanhood, they'll be able to foresee these things, and they'll be able, you know what I mean, to go the other way. They'll be able to make educated decisions versus, oh, let me just fall into this and see how it works out. It might work out different for me. But we don't have enough conversations with our youth, to just to educate them, enlighten them, and prepare them for the possibilities, you know what I mean, and for the things that they will be exposed to, and all the different influences that's out here in the world, you know. And the one point I wanted to make is, you see how the whole conversation, so you see how Sarah, she's just going and going and going and going, and then she begins to talk about, is it Hagar, and then she talks about Abram, but hasn't mentioned the child other than give us the wisdom of how to raise this child. But the child is overshadowed by all of these adult emotions. And
Exactly.
I was thinking about, when this child comes, how are we going to make the environment better? And Selena, you mentioned something a little while ago. A point I wanted to make to that is, Hagar is carrying this child, okay? She's carrying this child. So this child is going to feel every emotion. We don't understand that we transfer emotions to our children. If you speak to yourself, you speak to your child while you're carrying, you sing, you read to them, whatever you do, that child picks up on. It's inside of your body. Like, what else? How else, can we make that a reality, that just like whatever you eat, the baby eats. You know what I mean? Whatever you're feeling, the baby feels. And so, exactly. And so, you have, just like the placenta, if you look at a placenta, it looks like it has a tree in it. It looks like a tree with branches, and that placenta is feeding off the mom, not just nutrients, but it's everything, And so now this child has to carry its mom's emotions, his mother's emotions, and all of the different feelings that she's feeling. And whatever Hagar is picking up in the environment, the resentment, the hate, all of that, and then her own regrets on top of it. You know what I mean? And her own worries on top of it. It's a lot of stress put on that child that should have never been exposed to him. But then again, like Tomoya said, he still has a purpose of being here. He still had a purpose of being here. So, God works everything out for our good. And the child didn't have a choice to come here. So
Exactly.
at the end of the day, when you look at it, the cross has to take the hit for that, because he didn't have a choice but to come here. So God's going to make sure he's okay. You know what I mean? He's going to make sure he's covered. But we don't, as adults, we don't take time to think about how our decisions impact our children's
Yeah.
lives enough. We wait until, we're buried under all of these things. You know what I mean? We wait until we're buried by our decisions, and then we want to talk about how it affects our children, if we are even mature at that point enough to look at our child and see that they're hurting. If we can pull ourselves out of it enough to say, wow, I'm over here worried about me, but baby is hurting.
Absolutely. I
Yeah.
totally agree. Real quick, let's just go into a commercial and just come right back. I thought that was a great point to land up and then come right back in. So, all right, y'all,
Alrighty.
real quick.
Rock Truth got merch, y'all. Who is your true north? Who holds you down so you'll always know where you are? God, the original true north, the original point of reference. Check out our clothing line, True North, at RockTruth2.com for your kingdom culture needs. Everything from tees to sweats, men's, women's, and kids' sizes. Inez Essentials Whipped Body Butter has a wide assortment of 8-ounce body butter made with unrefined shea and mango butter, infused with vitamin E oil, coconut oil, sweet almond oil, natural mica powder, and fragrant essential oils. It is designed to heal and moisturize dry skin, and it is perfect for the whole family. Our whipped shea butter is handcrafted with a blend of natural and organic ingredients. The unicorn body butter can be customized to the scent of your choice. If a scent is not chosen, no scent will be added. Have you been searching for a custom home decor and crafts? Check out Delicious Designs. For more information, simply search Della Williamson on Facebook. Are you in need of advertisement or marketing tools? Branded in his image prints, logos, flyers. Contact us today. RockTruth Prints is ready to serve your printing and designing needs. We offer a full array of marketing tools, logos, flyers, business cards, video ads, and website designs. If you need our services for prints, we got you there too. Contact us at rocktruthradio@gmail.com for more information.
Yes, and real quick, Doc, I had a February Women's Challenge, self love and fulfillment. She's going to be coaching and hold on, let me see. It is meal plans, grocery lists, snack lists, recipes, workouts, private support groups from February 8th to February 28th. So it's $25 to register. That's the fee. And there's also cash prizes. So, guys, if you are interested, hit up Doc Ock on Facebook, Octavia Jones. She's also has the Fit and Fulfill Nutrition group, as well as Ridiculously Smart on IG. So hit her up if you guys are interested in being a part of that challenge. I believe that started today. Today would be what, the 7th or the 8th? Is today?
Yeah.
Today.
Okay, cool.
Right.
So yeah. So left off. Oh my God, yes, yes. So many emotions that the children have to carry that we're not positive, aren't positive about as adults. And like you said, like the issues with children are overshadowed. You know, the child in itself, the whole purpose, everything overshadowed by adult emotion. You know, and then look, she was like she said, and I'm an emotional wreck. If you listen to the conversation, she all over the place.
She's
Mm-hmm.
everywhere.
She's everywhere. This and
Everywhere.
I mean, real quick. I mean, come on, like you're everywhere. You don't know. It's that where art thou, Adam? Where you at, sis?
Yeah.
And this is how so far you've gone. So like, look at all the different emotions she called out. Like she was saying how, what was the word she used? She said, oh, now it isn't stressed. She used the word. I'm sorry. I like to be what she said. Hold on, let me go back to it a second.
Which part? After she said she's an emotional wreck?
Yeah, it was after that. Called herself. She called. Hold on.
The insecurities.
That's it.
And
It was insecurity. It was
any
a bunch of
resentment.
resent.
Help me to still honor Abram.
Oh, the way she looked at him, and she made a statement saying, like, I don't even look at him the same. And it's like, but you did that. You put that lens
Right.
in front of you.
And you gave him the idea, like, because at the end of the day, Hagar is her servant, like we said. So, like,
Yes. Like
you
all
put this idea into the head of a man. We're not gonna forget that he's a man.
yes.
So whether he wanted to do it or not, it was like he's a man, so he's gonna get his rocks off or whatever. So let's just let that be known. But like this isn't something that he just thought about and he wanted to do because that wasn't his wife. Like he was dedicated and
Dedicated.
praying and steadfast on,
Mm-hmm.
and this what she
Wicked
wanted to do.
attachment.
Yes. And then
Yeah.
she said that at the end. She said, I know you did this for us. No, 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 no. I didn't
Right.
do this for us. I had
Right.
my orders. I know what he said. I know what he told me. And I didn't
Mm.
question it. It was you that was cracking up laughing, fam. Like this, and then you, because you know I love you. You know how I feel about you. You know from my heart. Like for real, I decided to go with you against him.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
don't make this out to be that it was me and this was my decision. But I'm glad you haven't me. Finally, I know. Well, I'm glad we're starting somewhere.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You know, because and another thing we don't do as parents, admit our wrongs. Say
Wrongs.
it's
Yes.
you. Say you're wrong.
Yeah.
Tell your children I'm wrong.
Yeah.
You know? Like I
Yeah.
Raising,
had a
like,
conversation.
informing your children that you can be wrong because
Thank you. Tell
raising children, parents tend to, they're always just like disciplining them on what they're doing wrong, and it's
yeah,
like they're not knowing what they're doing right. So a child seeing that you as an adult can actually do wrong, that'll give them another persona on
yeah.
life,
Come on, sir.
and have them thinking like, okay, so there are mistakes. Mistakes can be made amongst children and adults.
And adults.
Right.
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 Right. You're
And
absolutely
that teaches, our youth, our kids to own responsibility.
Yes.
You can't
yes.
teach you can't teach a child do as I say and not as I do. You have to lead by example. So if they
Exactly.
don't ever see you apologize, if they don't ever see you take accountability, if they never witness you taking responsibility for the things, the mistakes, the bad, truly bad decisions or wrong decisions, and it's just like, okay, I'm gonna sweep this under the rug, or I'm gonna make it look like it was somebody else, or I'm gonna let it fall on somebody else's shoulders, then what do you think they're going to do? And then you wonder, you looking at them, then you want to, like look at them sideways, like, well, who raised you?
Right.
You? Who raised me?
Hello.
You raised me. I'm doing what I see you. You know what I mean? So you can't. We oftentimes don't think about what we had. We only look at what we teach our children. We
Yeah.
don't often look at what we haven't taught them or what
Yeah.
we haven't showed them. It's
Yeah.
not about all about talking. Okay, train a
Yeah.
child up in the way that they should go means that you have to be in order. Means that you yourself have to be lined up and show them. You have to show
Yeah.
actions speak louder than words. I learned not to really listen to a person's words over their actions.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and your children are replicas of you, whether you want to admit it or not. Okay.
That's the whole purpose of parenting. You're supposed to reproduce image. That is the purpose. And again, people don't know the purpose of reproduction. You're supposed to
Mm,
be reproducing his image, his nature, his character in your children. Excuse me, his
mhm.
children. And so it's like you said, you have to be in submission or at least in the process of, you can be going through and making the mistakes, but at least you're reporting back, telling your children the truth and not pretending that
Right.
you're perfect or, and that's what a second ago, I was holding a conversation with a young lady and I'm saying like, listen, man, the truth of the matter is, even the stuff that our parents allowed us to get away with wasn't right. They should
Right.
us. They should have told us, and that's always been my biggest hang. That's why truth is a issue for me because all you ever had to do was tell me what was up. Who said I
Right.
could understand? Who said that I
Yeah.
could? If you taking the time to explain it and talk to
Yeah.
me until I thoroughly got it, that would have been all right. But you want to not say or omit because omit becomes lies. You know what I'm saying? Or you don't say nothing at all. All of this stuff is
Yeah.
compared to my growth or my hindrance. So you can sometimes put the gun in your children's hands. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Wonder who pulled the trigger.
You fool. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
And it all falls back on, you know, our parents weren't showed the way.
yeah.
Okay.
See,
So this is something that I am faulted for when it comes to my children, for telling them things. And I had to
mhm,
shut the show. I'm gonna say the show. Okay. I had to shut it all the way down and let them know, like, no, let's see, that's the problem. Okay. Too many things are being swept under the rug. Too
yes,
many
ma'am.
things are being hidden. And then our children are coming into information later on in life.
Right.
Whose name is wrapped up in all of that information or that story? Their
Yeah,
mother or their father. And then they come to find out that something that their mother or father was wrapped up in affected them. And so, because it wasn't explained to them, now they're in life and they're trying to figure out what in the world is going on with me, because
Oblivious.
it wasn't
yeah,
ever explained. You know what I mean? It wasn't never explained. And I feel as though
yeah,
things should be taught to our children or spoken to our children or shared with our children according to their maturity and age. And
yeah,
some things, not everything, but some things should just be given to God, because there are some things that will be more detrimental to them knowing. Okay. And I mean, in instances like that. So if there was, um, like maybe say a parent wanted to abort the child, that is something that you probably would never tell your child,
I
even
never
in the adult.
mention it again. Why would you mention that? Do you know
Right.
the destructive pattern of
Right.
telling somebody you ain't supposed to be here? I all
Right. Right.
do you know what you saying
What
to
you
me?
can do. Right.
Purpose, my
Right.
life, my being, and how many steps, how
Right.
many years you have possibly pushed me back trying to get
Right.
one
Exactly.
hurdle of a comment, the one hurdle of a comment.
Right.
You, we
Yeah.
don't understand. We,
In those instances, that's the only time that you wouldn't tell your child. You know what I mean? Certain things, but other things where it literally, like you can't, unless it was something where somebody came to them and said, "Oh well, your mom," or "Oh well, your dad." Then
yeah,
you can explain in a sense, well, listen, I was young or whatever this issue may be. But that's not something that you just outright say. But there are situations that our children need to be explained to. You know what I mean? Especially when they're coming to you and they're asking you questions. Because
yeah,
if you don't do your best to have that conversation with them,
yes,
and if you don't have the answer, say you don't have the answer. Don't try to be super mom, super dad, because
right,
we don't have all the answers, and we're not always right. Let your children know that you're not always right, even as an adult. I tell my girls and my son all the time, I am not perfect, and you cannot hold me on a pedestal, okay? Because I make mistakes the time all
mhm,
the time. But when you let them know that, it opens up that line of communication, because now they know that they can trust you. But when you try to make it seem like you got life all the way together all the time, you know what I mean, and you doing everything right all the time, they're not going to want to talk to you, because if they're having issues in their life and they're having, you know what I mean, making mistakes and bad decisions and stuff like that, um, they're going to feel like they can't talk to you because they can't relate, because you're
yeah,
perfect. You know what I
yeah,
mean? So you got to have that open communication with them. It's too much being hidden in these families as it is, and it's destroying our youth chance of a real, you know what I mean, of a real life. They already have enough,
they
you
have
know,
enough. They
their generation
were promised
influence.
their days were gonna
Right,
be trouble. Okay, just like we
right,
came in with that same promise that it's gonna be full of trouble.
right.
Why add and compile on to what they already got going on?
Already, right.
Yeah.
This this is for everybody to rethink, and that's why the parenting class that I teach, I say this isn't just for parents. This is for children. This is for anybody in a position where you're going to impact another person. You need to
Exactly.
understand
Hmm.
how to deal with them, but you
Right,
also need to know how to deal with yourself. And that goes with it. Like, and one main thing that I want to bring up, I'm gonna get to these questions and comments, but one thing is it about your so if you are, if you're a single mother and you have the
Mhm.
children and your children are asking, hey, where's dad? Be
Mhm.
honest. Let's not come up with the story, that makes you look good in a sense. Even if he is a horrible guy, I don't know him as a man knows him as, what I'm saying? I don't know him as your boyfriend. I don't know him as your husband. I know him
Mhm.
Right.
as my dad. And
Right.
so tell me my father, minus
Right.
your emotional habits. Okay. Tell me the raw of it. Tell me you too immature. Don't just act like it was him. And then on the reverse of that as well, if you are a single father and you have the children, or if they're not in your care, when they do come in your care, don't bash the mom like she wasn't your choice or your choosing. Don't
Right.
do that.
Mhm.
You had a place to plant your seed and you chose that. So don't do that. If anything, they don't know her as a girlfriend or a wife. They only know her as mom. So
Right.
explain it right, man. This is my whole tell the truth. So it helps me. And then to say, hey, this is the reason why we're saying don't have sex until you're mature. Be in
Right.
a relationship. Because this is what happens when you don't. See, all you
Yeah.
gotta do is show this, model this, so I don't go that way.
Right. Right.
You know.
That's
So
heavy. That's heavy, and that's a good point because I've never even heard it that way. They don't
mm,
know, that they don't know you as girlfriend or wife or husband or boyfriend. They only know you as mom or dad. That
Mhm.
that's heavy hitting right there. That's heavy hitting right there.
yeah, they definitely different roles. And so this is how you can cause enmity between different parents, and
Yes.
like just stop
Yes.
it, y'all, because it's damaging. It's damaging, but it's more than just damaging to the other person or party. It's to these children, and they don't
Right.
know. They finally don't know how to deal with a lot of these emotions and the baggage, and then you barely know how to deal with it. So look at how it goes from you to them to their children, all
Yeah.
on all. You know,
Right.
this is oh my goodness. But we got these comments popping off, y'all. So let me see. Let me see. I believe this is Will. He's asking, hey, has God ever spoken to you in anger? No, no.
Like he was angry while he was speaking to me, or he was speaking to me and I got angry.
In anger. So the way a parent would speak to a child in anger, how pastor would say, never speak to a child in anger. Calm down first.
Yeah.
You still pop that up. You still use the rod of correction.
Right.
However, in anger, because at that point you're fighting your child as opposed
Right.
to correcting. So
Exactly.
has God ever dealt with you in an angry manner? And for me, the answer is no. It's been in a corrective one.
Yeah. I don't
Right.
think. Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
calm and sit down. Like, well, oh no, you still gonna reap this consequences. But come on over
Right.
here. Let me
Right.
tell you. Let
Right.
me show you. And this with personified faith. This is why this is so important, because this is God showing us. Let me show you this falling to pray.
Absolutely.
Let me show you how you come towards me. Let me show you how you do things your way. And then you have the audacity to come to me and ask me to fix like I'm your genie or something. Like, look at how you see me, sis. Look at how you see me, my child.
Yeah.
Why do
Mm.
you treat me like I'm your sugar daddy? Right? I am a king. I am your father. Stop trying to put me. It's so
Right.
we get to see that. And again, we get to see how not to pass things down, man, to our children, because this is the poison that we're really trading.
Right.
This emotional baggage, yo. Let me see what else I heard. It say we should be able to apologize to our children. I totally agree. Then why should
Absolutely.
you speak to your child in anger? When
Immaturity.
uh-huh, uh-huh.
Immaturity. And having
Non-discipline.
anger
I don't have
issues
enough discipline,
and
There you,
patience.
there you go.
yeah.
All that y'all saying, so that means you yourself don't have love. Because if you got
Yeah.
all
Right.
the products, the fruit of the spirit, you don't have it. lacking
Right.
self-control, you're lacking patience, you're lacking joy, you're lacking
Yeah.
peace. All of this you putting upon your children. So yeah, like y'all hitting on some targets, man. When we
Yeah.
bring up
There's
adults,
ways of having conversations and speaking to your children that's not in anger. You know what I mean? I can't even sit here and lie and say I've never been irritated to the point where I've talked to my children in anger, or I've yelled at them or disciplined them, even out of anger or in anger. I can't say that, but I can say that even in that, I'm not above apology. I'm not
yeah,
above apology,
Right.
and especially if I know I can see the hurt in them once I calm
yeah.
down. See, that's part of
My
what
brother
made me
taught
realize I needed to get myself together. I needed to heal because my bleeding, I was bleeding on my cuts were bleeding on my children. So I
right.
had to heal so that my children weren't affected by my foolishness, by my poison. You know what I mean? But it comes with maturity. It comes with maturity, and it comes with being able to say, okay, I love my children enough,
Yes,
to do this for them, no matter because healing isn't easy, and people make it seem like it's a beautiful thing and it's easy, and it's not. It's not. It's really not. But you
it's
have to go through it. You know.
yes. Yes, and I would agree, and the reason why, because I don't want people to think like, because that would go along the lines of like, love not being easy or something like that, and it's not that it is. It's just that we have been already conditioned from birth not to do things His way, so we
Right.
have a habit. So when, again, like when I'm in session with youth, I'm like, hey, I'm 38. I'm just now coming into this knowledge about 11 years ago. So now
Right.
I'm at a point where I have to work out this stuff out of me, and it's not overnight.
Yeah.
It's gonna take at least
Right.
half the time that I just put it into myself.
Yeah.
This
Right.
is my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So how can I just change my eating? How can I just move? You know what I'm saying? And just looking at again, just like going from my weight loss progression and down for so initially, like my idea of why I wanted to lose the weight, the motive, it ended up changing from weight loss for my body to lifestyle change. I started that 5 years, 6 years ago. So to now
Hmm.
get here, I actually participated in a whole fast, went whole 7 days, no food, never thought that I could do anything like that. That's number one. And then to come out of it committed to a new lifestyle change. That's 6 years ago. That's 6 years
Right.
to
Yeah.
get off crab legs and shrimp. Like, no, for real. It took 6 years to get off of these things. So y'all can never overnight,
Right. Right.
ever. It
To
starts.
Moya. Right. To Moya. Um, can you share with us, like, from a youth standpoint, or from a child's point of view, how a parent speaking to you out of anger, in anger, can you share with us how that affects you as a youth, as a child?
Um, I can say that it honestly, like, it'll deteriorate your, like, ability on how you think about yourself. Like, insecurities start, and like confusion on like how to perceive or go about things with other people. Like, it could confuse a child. I really feel like it depends on like that first moment and step on when an adult or your parent actually decided to go angry style on you. Because like, if you were raised like from birth, and like your mom and dad didn't get mad at you until you were like 16, you're gonna be like, okay, this is new, and you might just like, I don't know. I feel like being raised in it is different from like it happening to you for a first time later on in life. Like, people become accustomed to it, and it just like it messes with you and like how you go out in life, opposed to like it happening to you in your adolescenthood, and you actually knowing what's right and what's wrong, and you being able to actually like check that. I
Mhm.
don't know. It's just you could tell
know.
ways.
Yeah.
You
No.
do know. Don't ever say I don't know. You know from your level of
Right.
knowing. That's good enough. You do know, and you
Absolutely.
spoke so eloquently about
Mhm.
that. And you hit on again all these same emotions that could have been projected from the parent now onto the child. So no, you're absolutely correct. I want to actually talk about this comment. This is Miss Ira Warren. Thank you so much, Miss Ira, for tuning in. And I mean, her amazing story in reference to just childhood and just who she represents today as woman is just phenomenal. But let's go ahead and read what she said. She said we definitely have to look at the family dynamic, and this is key. She's right. Trauma begets trauma. If my mama was abused, my mom was abused, and they never got any help. We will parent. Hold on, never got. We
Yeah.
will parent as damaged women. My mom
Ooh. Wow.
stay well. Okay, I stay with my high school boyfriend because my mom mirrored to me stay regardless of whatever. So I vowed as a mother not to repeat what was mirrored to me. I love my
Yeah.
children. I was careful with my words, not in the beginning. I wasn't
Yeah.
the mom. I wasn't the best mom. I knew I needed help, and I got the help. That is key because I'm with you
That's
too.
true.
I'm with you too, Miss Warren. You know, trauma begets trauma, and you're right. These are all family cycles. If it
You see a
happened
lot
to
of
you,
things
more than
there.
likely it happened to them. And again, from their level of how to deal, they wasn't properly taught how to deal with nothing. So all they had to pass down was improper methods. Like, I'm sorry,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
thought it was for me, but now that we know, and I'm with you too, Miss Warren. Me too. I made bad decisions. I thought they were good decisions. You know,
Mhm.
in my mind as a youth, as a child with children. And I was still a child. I was 24, 25, whatever. Still immature, so I'm still child. You know what I'm saying? I don't haven't put away childish things when it comes to
Yeah.
that.
Right.
And so making decisions to be and then I'm angry by my own life, by my own things going what I thought was my way. You get what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And so all these things you project on your children, not even trying. And then again, when you recognize, hey, I need help, change. Because those same things that Tamoya was listing off, this happens to your children, is causing confusion. They don't know how to respond properly no more. Now they having issues within themselves. Like, I was watching today, and he was talking about um his sister, and he was saying how his sister, how he had painted this project. He had a painting project, whatever. And when he left, his sister had took some of the paint and started painting all over his stuff. And he was like, "Oh my God, like this was a masterpiece for me. Like I was done with this. I was, happy about what I've created." And he was like, the spirit that came upon me was like that was the spirit. Like I needed to
Right.
speak in this moment. And so he said the Holy Spirit slowed him down and was like, "No, help her." He said, "Don't look at what that she did. Look at what she's trying to do. She just trying to do what she saw you
What
do.
what you was doing?
Doing." And so he
Mhm.
said what he did was instead of slapping her, he gave her the other paintbrushes and most of it said, "Finish it. Do what you do." But look at that attitude. Look at how if he
Right.
would have stopped her, he could have damaged her from painting. He was like, "My sister today loves art. She loves painting. But you could have did something right there.
Right.
Yeah.
Stuck some growth right there. Had you smacked her just because she was trying to do what she saw you do and thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, we got so much work to do,
That's
y'all.
deep. That's
Yeah.
deep.
Yeah. So this was good. This was great. Let me
That's,
see any more comments out here. Shout out to Will, Evelyn. We got KT out there. We got Miss Ira out there. Mrs. I don't want to say it wrong. Oh, Miss Smith, Deetra Smith. Shout out to you, Miss Deetra, for tuning in. Tyron Joe's out there. I did say KT. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. Shout out to Miss Michelle, me, Virginia, and Prasanna. Faith, sis, you got conversation. Do you hear me on live? These the best soap
Yeah.
operas. I'm telling
I
you.
didn't even think she didn't come on with the rest.
Listen. I'm telling you. Oh yeah, see you playing, Michelle. You playing, Miss Michelle.
That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Yes, and now she gonna watch this after. So I hope you hear what we said. Get on, because we're episode 3. You gonna see it too now. We'll be caught up. And we're gonna need more material. We're
I'm
gonna need,
there. She
okay.
needs to bring it.
Yes, and
Okay.
all the way. Yes. So you
Okay.
got any final comments?
No.
Okay. Don't forget to tune in all this week, guys. We got Rock Single on Wednesdays. That's
Rock
got Rock
Queen.
Queens. And on
Rock.
Thursday, Rock. On Fridays at 5 p.m. Cafe Live. Oh my God, we're doing raspberry stuffed chocolate cookies. And then we also have a special guest who is coming in with us to a Rock Youth chef who's gonna cook for us. Yes, a banana pudding for these
Ooh.
this weekend, this love weekend and celebration. And so yes, join us next week, guys, 5 p.m. Toya, take something here.
All right, y'all. Every day, cause y'all already heard we rock single, rock queens, rock youth, rock truth, rock cafe, rock. How many is that? That's a work week. But anyway,
Yeah.
every day. Be live, be you, rock truth.
All of that jazz.
I get so caught up. Y'all know.